My gosh, my microphone is probably going to sound like do more. Jesus. Anyways, hey guys, and welcome to another video. I know I took a year-long break. Last year's trading was just really bad. It was terrible. I'm gonna be honest with you, I lost all five of those funded accounts within like the first week. I took a long break, came back again, got funded again, lost those accounts, took another break. I took a long break actually. I think after I recorded those videos, I found out I was pregnant. So I had to kind of take a step back from trading altogether just to get to my mental together. I had to prepare to be a mom. So I was more or less focusing on preparing to be a mom rather than, trying to get trading after I had my baby. I got some accounts on Apex, got funded, lost those accounts, and recently I had gotten funded again off of my funded futures. I swapped over to my funded futures after Topstick was having a bunch of problems and issues and things like that. So got funded off of my funded futures twice, blew both accounts. Like literally yesterday was the worst day of my trading journey in general. Like yesterday was just fucking terrible. I had gotten funded with my funded futures and I was $1,500 up on the account just from 2 days of trading. So really all I needed to do was make three more days of $100 and that was it. And I could have taken a payout. And I feel like once I had gotten that payout, I would have been more relaxed as far as like my trading. But because I don't know, I took a loss yesterday, and mind you, the loss wasn't even really that big. It was a $300 loss, which was what I was expecting. I was expecting the $300 loss. But my problem was that I just could not accept that I lost that money. I've not even just that. I feel like part of it is because um I just knew I should have just went back to just taking one trade a day. I feel like that was what really killed me. Taking multiple trades, because now I'm looking for something else and now I'm going to go heavier because I want to not only cover my losses but also make some more money. So once I lost that $300, I just I just started crashing out like really bad. I kept taking trades. I took trades with my normal risk, and I wasn't taking trades that I'm very proud of. I was taking random trades. I wish I could show you on the screen, but I can't because it's not like, it's not the actual account. I can't show the account anymore because it's blown. But I kept taking trades. And mind you, the price action after the market open was not that good, so I honestly should have stopped. There was one point where I had calmed myself down enough to take an actual like supply and demand trade, and I over leveraged on it, and I got to the point to where I made all the money back for the day. And I should have just gotten out at that point because I got lucky, but I didn't because I was greedy and I was like, "Oh, if it's going to keep going up, I'm going to capitalize that. I'm going to make more money off of it." And it went all the way back down, and I was back in the drawdown that I was, and then I only had like maybe $200 worth of drawdown, and I knew I should have just gotten off and been like, all right, let me just show up on Thursday or show up on Wednesday or show up tonight. And I didn't, and I blew it. I blew the whole entire account. And after that, I bought two more combines, right? And I blew those in Asian session too. And mind you, I didn't blow them for like, I wouldn't say dumbass reasons. Well, blowing accounts is stupid, but I blew my account because my psychology, not from the last session, but because I trade with other people sometimes. And what happened was that I was already in a trade. I was up in that trade. I was Gucci in that trade. Over leveraged? Yes, because I wanted to pass the accounts pretty quickly. I don't want to spend too much time on these evaluations when I could be making actual money, but I was up on the account. And these people are kind of like my mentors. I kind of look up to them. So their bias was sales on gold. And in the back of my head, I'm like, well, gold is overall a bullish instrument, but at the same time, we're close to all time highs. So having a huge sell off could happen any minute. And instead of listening to my bias, instead of listening to myself, instead of me being like, hey, like as much as they might get in sales, I'm in a good position. I could just move my stop to break even or just keep my stop loss and I'll be fine. Because, I also trade the orb and we got a break out of the orb and we were doing good. But I got out of those cells and I was pissed to see that gold just shoot up after that, like just mega pissed. So after that, I just crashed out and I was taking some platinum trades, but because I didn't have real live data on platinum, whenever I would get in on a trade, it wouldn't give me the accurate placement of where I was getting in. I'm looking at the candle and I'm thinking, oh, I'm getting in here, but I'm really getting in like maybe 20 seconds after when the candle had already jumped up or down depending on the movement, and I would be down like maybe $300 by the time I enter in the trade. So it was very fucking frustrating for me and I ended up losing. Now if I would have waited, because I kept getting in and out of the trade, which I shouldn't have done that, but if I would have waited to get in when I was supposed to, if I would have waited for supply and demand, right? If I would have waited for supply and demand on platinum, I would have hit a 1 to 8 RR. Like, it's so frustrating because I'm like, dude, I just need to sit down and just be patient. That's really it. I just need to be patient. Like, I really need to be more patient with myself. I need to be more patient with my trades, and that's why I'm crashing out so often, is because I'm not patient. When I'm not patient, I take a trade that I know I'm not supposed to take, and then I lose that, and then I crash out. If I take a trade that I'm supposed to take and it doesn't end up working out, I'm not thinking about the overall picture of the probability. I'm just thinking I need to be right, and that's my problem. But it's hard to say that out loud and then try to apply that particular thinking slash mindset into the markets real time. So what I'm going to be doing going forward, there's a couple things that I want to do as far as like fixing my trading mentality and fixing my journey. So I will be like looking at a psychology video like every day. I also will be trying some things to try to retain my consciousness, like to retain myself in the trade overall or in the market. So like putting my hand on my chest before entering, asking myself, like, is this a part of my trading plan? I'm going to have my trading plan put up on my other monitor so that I could physically see it, because I feel like, okay, I read my trading plan, I know what I'm doing, and then I get in the market, and then if I end up losing, then I'm not really like in that zone anymore. So I feel like if I have my trading plan on my side and if I have my goals right here where I can see it, then I'll be like, okay, cool, I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So basically that. Also, I want to try to do a 10 trades rule. So I plan on taking 10 trades within the next 10 days, because I'm only doing one trade a day now. Taking or two trades a day. Maybe I'll continue trading Asian session, but I'll trade by myself so that I don't have to worry about listening to other people. But take 10 trades in however many days, but those trades absolutely have to be a part of my trading plan. So like today I took platinum. Platinum is a supply and demand trade. I'll screenshot it, put it in my journal, and then write notes on what I did, how I got in, how I got out, why did I think the trade was good, maybe reasons why the trade wasn't good, and I took it, but it was still a supply and demand trade, so I took it anyway. So just analyzing things. Like today's supply and demand trade, I shouldn't have, I mean, I liked it, but at the end of the day, I know my A plus setups are, we have a candle, it's one candle in the zone. The candle breaks structure, breaks major structure. It broke minor structure because I mean, it's an uptrend overall, but it's not an uptrend on the 5 minute. Also on top of that, we basically came in and closed in this 200, not 200, but we closed inside of the zone. And I normally don't like when candles close inside of the zone. They still win though, so that's why I decided to take it. But if I would have been like, okay, I'm only going to take A plus setups, that's it, no ifs, ands, or buts, I wouldn't have taken this because, again, I like one candle zones. So there's like two candles in here. And then we came down and we closed inside the zone. So that's another indication that is like, okay, this is not A plus, A plus. This is like maybe a C plus setup, like a C setup. And I took a chance on it. I got in here. It wasn't like I did that on purpose. It was just because I don't have live market data on here. So that's the reason why it got me in like pretty low. It was working out. We got back to entry and then it just did not close above this 13. And then I kind of knew like, we're not going to win this trade. But I still took the full stop loss because that's also another thing too. I have a lot of fear when like we're in drawdown. So if I'm able to learn how to just take my stop when I'm supposed to, then I feel like I'll be able to get more accurate results as far as like my trading and what I'm supposed to be doing because I'm able to like physically see, okay, I take more losses than wins. And it's not because I'm interfering with the trade. It's because I'm letting the trade play out. I'm letting my stops get hit and everything. And then that's where I can adjust things. So that's why I want to do that 10 trade rule. So going forward, I'll be doing the 10 trade rule. Once I get funded, not if, once I get funded, because I've gotten funded many times before. It's just getting the payout. That's the problem. I've only gotten one payout throughout my trading journey. But once I get funded, I will put a loss lock, limit lock. And before you sit here and say, you should have did that with your funded account before, I did. I was a dumbass and took it off. That's the thing. I had a $550 loss limit, lock limit on my account, and it hit. It definitely hit. This is the thing where I feel like, okay, I'm not gonna blame TradingView all the way, trade Ovate all the way, because I'm so used to Top Step that when you put a loss limit on Top Step, they lock you out the whole entire account. Like you can't go in and then change it. On TradeOvate, you can go in and change the risk settings even after you get locked out of placing trades on the account. And that's what really got me is because I was like, oh, I could do it, bro. I could do it, bro. I got in, I changed the loss limit, and I was able to continue trading. And that's what really got me. I didn't hold myself accountable enough to be like, hey, I hit my loss limit. I just need to exit the trade. I was like, maybe I could go on TradeOvate and change it. And I did. And that's what really fucked over my account. So going forward, I will insta lock myself out on if I hit a certain amount of drawdown once I get funded. And that will be it. Like, that's it. It's over. I'm not touching it no more. Nothing like that. I need to be able to hold myself accountable and be able to be disciplined enough to be like, hey, like you shouldn't be taking this because of X, Y, and Z, this, that, and the third. You know what I mean? So I'm actually happy with myself and proud of myself today. And I know like it's only one day on the combine. I understand that. But I need to be happy with the small wins or with the small victories that I have as far as my psychology. So basically, I was able to look at this. I took my L and I was like, all right. Part of me wanted to try to find another trade to get in, but I was looking at the market and I'm like, okay, I have to wait until open for NAS. I don't trade NAS pre-market. That's just it. I've always gotten burned trading NAS pre-market, so I'm just going to leave it alone. Look at gold. Gold, you could scan a bag of chips on this motherfucker. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm not even going to wait until open. I'm not going to chance it. I'm not going to continuously create the same scenario or do the same thing over and over again because every time I keep doing it, I keep getting burned. And I'm really tired of being burned. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to like start recording my trades too, because I've just gotten so tired of just constantly getting burned. And I'm like, now that I have like specific goals that I have for this year, like, yeah, last year I had, you know, I had goals and everything, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this year, and oh, I'm gonna do that this year. But now that I actually like have goals that I want to do and things that I want to do and stuff that I want to, I want to take my husband out. I want to be able to do nice things for him. I want to be able to, like
I just want to do things, and I'm not going to be able to do them if I'm constantly trading like a fucking moron every single time and not getting my discipline together. I know what I need to work on, and I know what I need to do to apply it. It's just about keeping myself consistent, keeping myself accountable with applying those certain things that I know I'm supposed to. So, ultimately at the end of the day, um I also want to put consequences for breaking my rules. Because every time I set a consequence for myself, I don't listen to myself. So I really need to be more concrete about the consequences that I'm placing for myself so that I'm like, all right, if I hit this, I can't do this anymore. Like, say for instance, I said I was only going to buy 5 combine accounts this month. If I hit five, I'm done. And I'm on my seventh combine. So just stuff like that. So like just saying like, oh, if I lost this combine, then I'm done for the month. Like that's it. I'm gonna just try again next month and then just keep it a buck at that. But stuff like that. But anyway, yeah. So I will be back. I will try to be more. I will try to upload more, like at least once a day. Um, like with my trades, they're usually like not that long, so maybe I'll just upload shorts instead, so that everybody can see like my trading ideas and everything like that, and see my progress, and really just to document my process somewhere. Because even though I try to do a trading journal, I feel like it's just not for me. Like as much as everybody's like, oh, start a trading journal, document your trades and everything. I just feel like once I record my trades and post them up somewhere, YouTube is my trading journal. There you go. I feel like having YouTube as my trading journal holds me a lot more accountable than having a trading journal, on Google Docs that I just have and keep to myself. So ultimately, at the end of the day, this is something that every trader goes through. It's just more or less about me getting over the hump of the undisciplined part, the emotional regulation, the risk control, the fear, surviving. Those are ultimately the edge that would get you to where you are in the market, not, oh, if this strategy is good or not. So that's what I'll be doing going forward in the future. And so hopefully you guys stay tuned.